Welcome back, guys. I'm Natalie.
I'm Melindy, and this is Wedding Advice by Pink Book.
Today we have the amazing Jonita Turin. She featured in one of our previous videos, Wedding Dress Trends for 2020. And today she's talking about the different body shapes and the dresses to go with the different body shapes.
Very, very interesting. This is a go-to video for any bride. So enjoy
and
happy planning.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Jonita Turin, and today we are going to look at how to dress for your body type. A lot of women want to feel comfortable on their wedding day. Comfort looks different to different people, and I'm going to have a look and show you at how you can dress for the body type that you have. We commonly get 5 different main shapes. The common ones are the hourglass shape, pear shape, triangle, rectangle, and the apple figure. So a quick overview of the 5 different body types. When we look at an hourglass, we really see an hourglass shape where the bust is wider, the waist is more narrow, and the hips are wider again. This is, for most people, the ideal body shape. When we look at the pear shape, it's a more narrow bust, narrow waist, and wider hips. This is a very common shape that we see with the women in South Africa. When we look at the triangle shape, it's often where you find it in swimmers or people that work out their upper bodies a lot. You get broader shoulders with a narrow waist, narrow hips. Then when we look at a rectangular shape, it's a body shape that doesn't have a lot of definition going from the bust to the waist to the hips. And then lastly, we do have the apple shape, where this is also a very common shape. Quite a big bust, more of a protruding tummy, and then narrow hips. So I have 3 models with me today. We have a beautiful hourglass shape, we have a triangle shape, and we have an apple shape. A lot of people struggle with the apple and the triangle shapes. It's not a shape that you find clothing for very often. If you have a look on the internet and you Google what to wear for your shape, it gives you very little to work with. What I would like to do today is show you what more can be done and that you don't necessarily have to stick within the rules to make it work for you. We are also going to have a look at the hourglass shape, even though it is a very easy silhouette to dress or an easy body type to dress. We're going to have a look at how we can have fun with it and just do something a little bit different to make it your own. So here we have Claire. Claire is our hourglass shape for today. You'll see with Claire that she's got really good shoulders, nice bust. You will see that she's got a tiny waist. If she turns around, you'll see that there's a beautiful indent in her back going out to a nice bottom. And that is our ideal hourglass shape. So we're gonna have a look at how to accentuate that a little bit more when you wear a wedding dress. So with Claire, because she's got an hourglass figure, we really wanted to keep the shape of her body. We wanted to accentuate that because she's got a beautiful proportion between her shoulders, the narrow waist, and beautiful hips. We didn't want to take any of that away. By using 2 different tones where it's black on the skirt and a more nude color on the bodice, we immediately create a line in the waist, and that complements the narrow waistline. It accentuates it and just adds to the beautiful shape. With an hourglass, you can also wear anything you want to, really, and not a lot of people can wear halter necklines. It often creates a disproportion when you have slopey shoulders or when you have broad shoulders, but because Claire's got an hourglass figure, you can pull off this halter neckline. We also didn't want to shorten her bodice, so we kept it quite high with a high neckline around here. And to elongate her figure even more, we added the flowing leaves down here. We added gathers in the waistline, creating these beautiful vertical pleats. So when you do want to accentuate the hourglass figure, try and keep with something that is fitted. Wearing a shift dress that just goes straight down from the bust to the hips is not going to do anything for your figure. I firmly believe women have curves, doesn't matter where they are, but use it and dress for that shape to accentuate it. So here we have the fitted bodice that beautifully just fits snugly around her boobs, goes into the waist and then flows down softly to the skirt. This is obviously not a traditional white wedding dress, but for me it's important that it suits the bride's personality and not only her figure. So we wanted to make it personal. Claire loves gold, she loves black. The birds here have a significant meaning to Claire and her husband, and we wanted to incorporate those details and not just focus on what suits the figure, but also what suits the person inside. Marnal is a nice example of an apple figure. With the apple figure, you get the bigger bust, you get a bit more of a tummy here where it doesn't dent in but often goes out a little bit, and then again with narrower hips. When we also look at the body shapes, you need to remember that a body shape comes from where you carry your weight. With apple figures, the weight is gained in the bust, it's gained in the upper arms and around the tummy, and usually it's gained last around the hips and legs. This also means that the weight is gained around the breast tissue, and the breast tissue can often then go around the sides and towards the back. So you want to take care in choosing something that would complement the back as well. Here is Marnal in a wedding dress, and now this is where I usually differ with the style advice that you get from people. The first thing that they will tell you for an apple figure is that you cannot wear anything that accentuates your waist. However, when you look at Marnal, we've now put a waistband right in her waist. It's a thick waistband to create a narrow waist there. We've also added a lot of detail on the top here, which some people would say creates bulk. For me, I feel it creates visual interest. Also, the V-neck complements her really well, and it creates an elongating line there, which lengthens her bodice instead of chopping it off by, for example, wearing a sweetheart neckline or a strapless dress. We now get that elongated effect. And for me, it's always like, rather slide into the skid sometimes, add texture, add visual interest, and by keeping the side seams open here, we've also created your eye just leads towards the middle. Another nice thing with apple figures is to create pleats over the tummy, which completely hides it, and with the vertical lines running down, you just get the soft flowing and elongating effect. Here we have Kelly. Kelly is a triangle shape. When we also think of triangle, it's not necessarily like a bulky man's shoulders. This is not what Kelly has at all. Kelly's got really well-defined shoulders, and she's got a narrow waist and narrow hips. She's also got really well-defined abs, as you can see. So we are going to put her in something that is going to complement her body shape. With her defined shoulders, narrow waist, we have the triangle shape, and we've put her in a gown that would complement that best. You'll see that it's an off the shoulder with a full skirt in tulle. With this kind of body shape, a lot of stylists or the internet might say to you that you need to steer clear of anything that might accentuate the shoulders. I feel that rather use something to soften it. So we've used a very soft, fine tulle around the shoulder line, around the arms, and just because it's hanging loosely, it's creating the effect that the arms are actually smaller than what it really is. It makes the dress seem like it's almost too big. Then with the bodice like this, because there's cups, we've created a more feminine line. It's a softer line, and by using the diagonal pleats around here and here, we've also created the illusion of the waistline going in. This combined with the line here creates a natural waist then. We've also used gathers around the waistline here to create more volume, to almost add to a hip, and that just flows down to a voluminous bottom. So with the rectangular body shape, what we want to create is curves. Again, we can do that by using diagonal lines, we can do that by using a softer neckline, and most definitely by using a fitted silhouette. Whenever you think about the celebrities that you see that like a Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez, they do not have rectangular body shapes, but they wear fitted clothing to accentuate the curves. So once you put something fitted on the body, it will accentuate even the slightest little curve. So with this dress, for example, we've used the diagonal lines here running into the waist to create a shape that leads the eye inwards, and then again here we've used it to go outwards to create a line going out towards the hip. By using this silhouette and going in there with the volume coming out here, all of a sudden you create a curvier shape, which would be perfect for a rectangular silhouette. So with the pear body shape, it is quite a common body shape. A lot of women have childbearing hips, as they would say. And it's a style that is easy to accommodate. A lot of shops and designers cater for that specific body type. What I like to do is to create detail on the bodice to lead the eye upwards, and especially creating a neckline where it flows out towards the shoulder. That opens this area up and creates a nice balance between the shoulders and the waist. Here we've also kept the waist accentuated by using a belt, and we've kept it quite simple, just dropping a little bit lower than the waistline, and from there it flares out. As soon as you do the flare from just above the widest part of the hips, it creates these vertical lines flowing down, and it creates the illusion that your hips actually is just that narrow and not necessarily that wide.
Thank you so much for watching.
Subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below what you want to see on our channel.
And until next time, happy planning.